Hello, sportsmen. I know if you're watching this on Thursday night, you're probably sitting back stuffed. So we don't want to talk too much about food, although we do have a colossal recipe coming up. I'm sorry about that. We also have lots of Christmas gift ideas for sportsmen, things that maybe you've never seen before. We're going to show you some bucks at the buck pole, take another look at those. So we have a lot coming your way. Stay tuned. I'm Fred Trost. It's time for the Practical Sportsman. Ho, ho, ho. I know what you're saying. You're saying, this is Santa Claus before he finished plumping out and his beard turned totally gray.
Yeah, a young Santa Claus.
Young Santa, that's right. Doug Tabor is our product man here at the Practical Sportsman. And Doug, you put together a whole bunch of Christmas gift ideas that would be good so that people could buy for sportsmen and almost couldn't go wrong.
I'd take one of everything.
Now just say Santa had a sleigh that was on a trailer and he had to park it and had a wheel on the front of the trailer.
Yeah. And he would never find a spot on a roof that's flat. It would always be at an angle. The tongue and chuck would be very handy for him.
Well, this is just a plastic, one of the simplest gizmos in the world, a dish with a circle in it, and that's where the wheel fits on the trailer.
Right?
And like that's all there is to it, folks.
That's it. There's nothing else to tell about.
But it beats the heck out of a brick or a 2x4. It's really
anything.
designed for a trailering person.
Really neat little thing.
Now tell us about the panhandler.
The panhandler, I would say, is for people that haven't done a whole lot of filleting of fish. You open it up, you stick your fish in it. It's got a two-bladed knife that you take out and runs through it. Does a nice job of filleting your fish. Makes it easy. My kids, 11, 12 years old, have used it and done it.
And of course, as they get older, they might want to, use a knife and all that. But this is good for a beginner. Here now, we do have some people who are coming to our Sportsman's Gift Fair here at the museum, which is this weekend, day after Thanksgiving. And one guy will be there. Is the guy with a game gaff.
Sam Blaze.
I bet you Sam has about 10 more ways of using this than dragging a deer.
Yeah, that's his main idea for doing it. It hooks in the mouth. Just grabs a hold and you got a nice handle. The problem with ropes and almost everything else that you use to drag deer is it pulls on your hand. Nice, comfortable handle, folds up, fits in your pocket.
And can probably be used for about 20 other things.
Oh yeah, lots of other things.
Speaking of using for other things, this is called a Leatherman. You've probably seen them in magazines, specialty catalogs, maybe even at the store. But they are handy. They're not really just for an electrician or a construction worker, but for sportsmen, these little gizmos. Now this doesn't have a knife on it. Yes, it does. Yes, it does have a knife on it. I'll be darned. It has a knife on here, plus it has screwdrivers, all sorts of things, but these pliers are slick, like needle nose pliers.
Quality.
Tim Farragon uses them to skin squirrels, and he's always using this. John McKenzie up at Coyle's Restaurant has one of these that he carries all the time.
Pulling hot pans off the fire.
Oh yeah, I mean seriously, this thing is going to go in my belt as soon as we're done with this. I don't want you to wrap it up. I'm just take possession of it right here. Speaking of other things that are useful, the old Swiss Army knife? You know how big they are? I have a couple big ones. They're handy to have in your pack, but not in your pocket. But these Swiss Army knives, the little ones, I would really recommend. You can't go wrong with these. This is mine with this big scissors on it here. You have one that you've been carrying around. Has a little teeny pair of scissors.
Little scissors.
That's cute.
They work. They're a sharp scissor.
They are.
And I use it for a lot of different things.
But this is a pocket Swiss Army knife. And the great thing, now I have one. See, I can fit this in my pocket with no problem. But some people who don't buy pants for a couple years but continue eating, like Doug. Go ahead, Doug. Put that in your pocket.
No, it fits right in my pocket.
Are those jeans or those spandex tights?
There's a lot of stuff in that pocket, but the knife still goes in.
You're going to make a great Santa, I'll tell you. Fishing tackle. Oh, here. Now, Kuhlman?
Kuhlman.
Is that who invented this? Yep. The spring bobber on the end?
Kuhlman Manufacturing out of Spring Lake. He makes the rod, but the real trick is the spring bobber there.
Okay, your line goes up through the guides. This is an ice fishing rod, a short one. And then you put the line through the loop in the end and it has a little bead on it. And if a fish bites, perch, panfish, trout, that's pretty slick. And the spring bobbers you can buy separately. And he's going to be here this weekend.
He will be here this weekend too, yeah.
Very good.
And you can use it on your spinning rods in the summertime, which makes it a unique spring bobber.
The people from Fish Tales will be here as well. Now, I was impressed with this when I saw this. This is a crawler harness like ho-hum. You know how many crawler harnesses are there with beads on them? They sell them, of course, with all bunch of different beads, and these are very inexpensive. No spinner blade, and that has a clevis on here, which is pretty nifty because with a clevis, you can buy a package of spinner blades, all sizes, colors, and styles. Say you're fishing with this and you say, no, I want to slow my trolling down a little bit and use a different color. you can put on the willow leaf blade like that and use that as a spinner. So that's versatile, and I'm kind of impressed with using a clevis and changing those. Then the other thing is he has a whole system here of spinners, cowbells, which uses a clip and the swivel clips like that. So you can put on cowbells here, for example, as an attractor to use for walleye fishing. Put your crawler harness on the end, you got the cowbells, and you hook these all together. All these components that Fishtails puts out hooked together. I tell you, if you're up north fishing and always having to tie knots, you wished you had everything on these kind of components.
They'll be here this weekend too.
Yep, they will. Let's see. Let's look at Vexilar. Here's an announcement Doug has. They almost phased out flashers entirely.
LCRs, LCD units almost put flashers right out of the business.
Vexilar buys these units in Japan. They're the only company that's made flashers in the past couple years, but you have some news?
Got a new company out of Minneapolis that's making an American-made flasher. Zircom is the name of the company. We weren't able to get one to show for the Christmas program. We will have one later to show.
But flashers are back?
But flashers are back.
I tell you,
good news.
They're great for ice fishing. Great for ice fishing. Oh, this fellow's going to be here this weekend. Now, here's something for muzzle loading hunters. These are, Jim Preston from Lansing makes these. These are Sabot, however you want to pronounce it, to go around slugs. These are 350 grain slugs that he has developed for muzzle loaders. Of course, if you're going to buy these for somebody, you need to know what kind of muzzle loader they have and all that. But the muzzle loading equipment is something that if you can always buy for a muzzle loader.
I've used the Sabos before, but haven't been able to find the heavy shells.
And these are Arctic spurs. Now these Arctic spurs I have found to be tremendous for hooking on your boots, ice fishing, to walk around on. But what are the new? Now you think what can possibly be done with something like that? This is new and improved, isn't it?
It is new and improved. He has moved it in a little bit so it doesn't come all the way out to the edge of your boot. Shortened it actually is what he's done, the base, and then he's taken off the point on it a little bit. There was some concern by some people that they might hurt themselves. It was a little bit pointed.
Yep. Well, that's right. Well, these things fit around your boot, and you take that spring and run it around there.
They'll fit on any kind of boots too. They fit on the Mickey Mouse boots, which we are going to have.
Mickey Mouse boots are back.
They are back.
Guy's going to be here this weekend with those.
Guy's going to be here this weekend. If you haven't looked at Mickey Mouse boots in a while, you want to come down and take a look at the new ones. They redesigned them. The military did in like '81. They only weigh about 6 pounds a pair now. They're very nice and as warm as boot as you can buy.
Now, I don't want you to give me a bunch of grief, but I have to do this every year.
Fred needs more socks.
Everybody needs, any sportsman, if you want to buy him 3 pairs of wool socks, you can wear them under any type of boots for hunting, and they wear out and get holes in the end. I got tons of them that way. Wool socks.
Always handy.
Hey, Doug, let's clear this stuff out a second. We got some bigger gift ideas. You're going to have to give us just a moment, and we'll be right back with this reorganized gift extravaganza. Okay.